my name is Vanessa and I'm the homeschool narrowboat teacher. Today's lesson is all about how to help children remember where to put the full stop and capital letter. So in some quick, easy, simple steps, I think I can explain it so children will never forget to put their full stop and capital letter in their sentences. Before I do that, please click on the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other learning clips in a nutshell. And if you do like the video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Thank you so much in advance if you do that. The channel has evolved slightly since it started several months ago, and now I have got a website, which there'll be a link to that in the description, but it's called thehomeschooltutor.net. So if you would like me to do any other curriculum clips that you're struggling with at home, or your child needs help with, then just put that in the comments to this video or go on my website, and you can see my email address where I can give you that advice, and I can even try to make the videos for you. And also I'm offering online tuition, so if that's something that your child or you might be interested in for your child, then please see that website. So now let's have a look at how to remember to put the full stop and capital letter in your sentences. So, capitals and full stops in a nutshell. So I have a series of 3 simple steps. So the first one is, in any sentence that you're writing or you're reading where you have to put in the missing capital letters and full stops, you need to find out the who in the sentence. Who is the sentence about? And you can find that looking for the pronoun, the subject noun, or the proper noun. If you go back and watch my video on how to find the verb in a nutshell, then that's really good to watch before you do capital letters and full stops, because every sentence has a subject and a verb, and it's really important children know that, and you know that, children, if it is children that's watching this, because when you put the full stop or the capital letter in, it's when you start a new sentence. So you have to know what a sentence is. So you find the who, then you find the verb. So you ask yourself, what is the who doing in the sentence? And sometimes it's easy because that's the action word, and sometimes you have to use your tense checker because a verb is the only word that changes tense, and again that's in the video on how to find a verb. And then when the subject and verb changes in any sentence and you are not connecting them with a conjunction, or you're not adding extra information using a subordinating conjunction, then it's time to put the full stop and capital letter. Now please don't panic if you haven't understood some of that jargon. I'm going to explain it really clearly now with examples. So remember, a sentence is a subject, a who, plus a verb. So here is our first sentence. Now these sentences are taken from the book called Something Happened in Our Town, written by Marianne Solano, Marietta Collins and Anne Hazard. And it's a really beautiful story to share with your children about the anti-racism message. So I've taken all my sentences from that book. So capital letter at the beginning because we're starting our sentence. The next day, a new kid joined Emma and Josh's class. Full stop. So here, the who is a new kid and the verb is joined. And when you stop talking about the new kid joining Emma and Josh's class, then your sentence ends, and that's why the full stop is here. Now in all of the rest of the sentences, I've missed out the capital letters and full stops. So as I'm reading it, I'd like you to think where you think that they should go. So here we've found our subject, the new kid, the verb is joined, and that sentence is finished because we've stopped talking about the new kid and the fact they've joined Emma and Josh's class. His name was Omad, and he was from a country far away. Omad did not know where to sit or what to do. So I'm going to stop there because I've actually got 2 sentences that I have started to read. So I need to put a full stop at the end of one and a capital letter at the beginning of the next one. So can you see where they should go? Have a look. So his is the subject, it's a pronoun. So it's instead of saying the new kid, and the new kid was a subject noun. It's a way of introducing the who. So his is the new subject. His name was Omad. So was is the verb. And he was from a country far away. So here we've got another subject, he, because it's another pronoun. He was from a country far away, but they're being joined with the word and. And that is a type of sentence called a compound sentence. And means you don't need to use a full stop because you're joining two sentences together. But you do need to have a full stop here. Now, Omad is a capital because it's his name. But if it wasn't a name, then you'd have to have a capital after this full stop because it's going to be the beginning of your new sentence. And let me explain why. It's because this is the subject his and this is the subject he with the verb was and was being joined by and. But a new subject is being spoken about now, Omad. And the new verb is he did not know. Did not is a type of verb called a modal verb, and know is the verb in its whole here. So this is all the verb, did not know. So Omad did not know where to sit or what to do because it was his first day in school. He talked a little bit, but it was hard to understand him. He said he was learning English. Now, that's 3 sentences I have just read, but with no full stop and capital letter. So try to find the subject and try to find the next verb and see if you can see where the sentence I have just read will end and the new ones will begin. Have a go. So let's have a look. Omad is the subject, the verb is did not know where to sit. Here is another verb, what to do, but it's being joined by or, which is another type of coordinating conjunction. And look, because it is another subject and here is another verb, but because is linking them and because is a subordinating conjunction. So we carry on with our sentence. Omad did not know where to sit or what to do because it was his first day in school. But look here, now there is no conjunction joining he, and he is a new subject. So here we have to put a full stop, and here we have to put a capital letter. He talked a little bit, but it and was is a new verb, and he and talked is a new verb, but they're being joined by a conjunction but, so you don't need to put a full stop. He talked a little bit, but it was hard to understand him. Now look, here is a new subject he and a new verb said. But there is no conjunction joining these two sentences. So here you put a full stop and here you put a capital letter. He said he was learning English and there's no more sentences to follow, so there is a full stop. So in a nutshell, a sentence must have a subject and a verb. And when you change the subject and the verb and you're not using a conjunction to link the subjects and verbs together, that means you need to have a full stop and a capital letter. There is one piece of punctuation where you can join them if they are linked without a full stop, and that is a semicolon. And that's another lesson, so don't worry about that now. Just make sure you've understood that where the subject and the verb changes and there isn't a conjunction linking them, you should be putting a full stop and starting your next sentence with a capital letter. Not always will your next sentence start with the subject. For example, here, the next day. So the new kid is the subject in this sentence, and this is a fronted adverbial introducing the new kid. But once you find the subject and the verb, when you talk about a different subject and a verb, that's when you must put the full stop and the capital letter. I hope I've made that clear. So that is full stops and capitals in a nutshell.